Shotgun with Charlie.
Riding shotgun refers to the practice of sitting next to the driver in a moving vehicle. The term riding shotgun came around after the time of the stagecoach, when somebody used to sit next to the driver holding a shotgun, in case they ran into bandits. My name is Charlie Cook, and I drive a lot. I like to talk to people while I'm driving, so I interview people in my car while I'm driving. Welcome to Riding Shotgun with Charlie.
All right, before we start this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie, I want to say thank you to everyone that is watching the show here on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. And once you subscribe, hit the notification bell because that's good for all YouTube stuff. If you would enjoy the show, I would appreciate it if you shared it with some of your friends. This is how we get the stagecoach across America. Glad you guys are here. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. All right, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Today is a very, very special episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. I am filming the show outside of Detroit at Rick Ector's ladies event, and I'm going to be doing a show with some ladies before they go shooting and then after they go shooting. And today we have Deeandra.
Yes.
All right, I want to make sure I say that right. Mm-hmm. So we have Deeandra. We just, I hate to say we talked her into this, but here's the deal. She was about to walk out after she heard the safety briefing. She was a little freaked out about hearing about the shell casings. So we set her up with one of Rick Ector's legally armed in Detroit ladies shirts. Do you have the cool lady? You get the one in stilettos? That's the one that I like too. He's got the other lady. I don't like that one. I like this one. Anyway, so we set her up with one of Rick Ector's legally armed in Detroit shirts, and we're going to talk to Deeandra for a few minutes, and then we're going to go shooting with her, and we're going to have a good time. All right, so you can't. First of all, what made you decide to come to the event today?
I wanted to come to the event because I was thinking about getting me a CPL. Mm-hmm. Because of all the things that have been going on, and I want to protect myself at all times. And I said, this class is free, why not go and be prepared and get myself ready for my first time and just see how it is.
Very cool. What are you nervous about?
I'm nervous.
Have you gone shooting before?
I never shot before.
Okay.
But I am a little nervous about shooting the gun.
Are you concerned about the recoil?
Yes.
About the recoil, okay. The guns that we're using here are 9mm semi-autos. 9mm aren't bad. There's as far as recoil is concerned, there's a little bit of recoil. There's guns that have more recoil. There are guns that certainly have less recoil. The 9mm guns are a good medium amount of recoil, medium amount of bang. It's gonna be fun. All right, so you're concerned about that. Have you taken any sort of firearms class before?
No, this will be my first time.
This will be your first time, and you never shot a gun, never learned anything about guns.
No.
All right, very cool. One of the things you were concerned about is the hot brass.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to be concerned about the hot brass. Your friend even said she got hit with a hot brass right in her forehead, and she lived. Right? Did she say it hurt? She said it didn't hurt. There's nothing to worry about. This is gonna be a breeze. It's gonna be a breeze. It's gonna be easy. What else? Tell us some more about you. You want to get a gun to protect yourself?
Yeah, and I want to learn how to do it the right way. Mm-hmm. Like she said, you can't just shoot anybody. You gotta have a legal reason.
Yeah.
And before I jump off into something like that, mm-hmm. I will want to make sure I'm covered in all ways. Because I don't want to see myself get locked up over something stupid. And
Right.
on top of that, I don't have that type of money yet.
Right.
But I understand the protocol or whatever and how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to get myself ready. I'm not in a rush, but you know, I want to see things before I try them.
Yeah, that's great. So this event here is free for ladies, and they go through 20 rounds of 9mm ammunition from a semi-automatic handgun. I gotta say, it's great that you are taking the time to learn about this. I'm a guy that I've been a gun instructor for 15 years or so, and there are plenty of people that I see that think they want to get a gun, and they don't know how to use a gun. They don't know when they can use a gun. They don't know when they can't use a gun. And it's super important that people learn when they can get a gun and what they can do with it, and when they can use it legally, and when they can't use it legally. So the safety briefing, the safety briefing that you did with Tanisha. Tanisha's one of our friends. She's been on the show. What did you think about the safety briefing?
I think she explained it well.
Yeah?
I understood it all. She did a great job. And she got us ready for what we're about to do today.
All right.
And I like that for her. And I appreciate her for that. And I want to thank everybody that really came to the conclusion to set this up for ladies, because it's getting bad out here. And I understand why they would want these ladies to protect themselves in the real world. Yeah,
absolutely. There's no reason that women shouldn't be able to protect themselves.
True.
And in the last 2.5 years, since the beginning of the pandemic and all the COVID lockdowns, I heard the gun ownership went up with women from 22%. It went up to 42% of gun owners are women, and a huge chunk of them are African American black women, which I think is really cool. There's a ton of ladies that are here. I think yesterday there were 487. I'm not exactly sure, but there were 487 women that sat through the class. Now, I'm going to reassure you, we're going to go do some shooting. You're not going to hurt yourself. I've never had a student hurt themselves. I'm not starting today, and I am not starting with you. We're going to have a good time. You're going to shoot. We're going to go through the fundamentals of shooting. We're going to show you how to grip the gun, how to press the trigger nice and smooth. We're going to have you shoot 20 rounds out of a semi-automatic handgun. You're going to come out with a target. It's going to look awesome. And it's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. So where do you think you're going to go after this? After you do this, I don't know.
I'm trying to get a little more training.
Yeah? More training is always good. Even as a guy that's an instructor, I try to take some training.
And I want to check out guns too. As well, that fits me.
Yes.
I'm not just gonna, I want a 9mm and this and that. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Good. You gotta get
want something that fits me.
It's gotta fit your hand.
Yes. And I want to learn how to use it the right way.
Very cool. This is gonna be a breeze. You were gonna have so much fun. All right, well, we are pulling up to the recoil range here in, is this Romulus? Taylor, okay, it's Taylor. I thought it was Taylor. But I don't know, maybe the hotel we're seeing, it's wrong. I don't know what the hotel is. Anyway, so we're gonna do some shooting, and we are gonna come back. I'm gonna do some shooting with you. We're gonna get a picture of you with your target, and we're going to, come back, and we're gonna talk more with Deeandra after we're done shooting.
Hi.
Remember, keep your arms out straight and kind of lean forward at the waist. Bring your arms all the way out.
Is it good with my hands up? My hand.
Yeah, your hand. I would put your fingers closer together. That was awesome. It's a bullseye right on the X. Okay, one more here. Okay, that back up. That was incredible. Bring it back. Okay, focus on the red dot. Put the red dot on the... red dot, put it in the face. Awesome. Yeah, keep going, girl. Rock and roll. Excellent. Nice. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look at your target. That is awesome. Bam! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Recoil Firearms in Taylor, Michigan. We have Deeandra. She just fired 20 rounds out of a Glock 17. 25. All right, 25. She put an extra 5 in. So we went through the first 20 rounds, and then you're like, hey, can I shoot fast like that? And then we had to shoot 5 rounds pretty quickly, which was cool. What'd you think?
I think I did a good job for it to be my first time. I was scared, nervous, all in one.
You gotta buckle up.
But overall, I really like it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep practicing, but right now, I did a good job. And
You did an awesome job.
yeah, I'm looking into getting my CPO now.
You ought to. So, any hot brass? You were concerned about hot brass?
Yeah, I
Any
was
hot brass?
concerned. I got hit one time in my arm. It was okay. It was just a little sting.
Little sting,
Yeah,
not a big deal.
not a big deal.
All's well. We got some video of you shooting, which I think we're gonna put in the video, which is
Okay.
good. No concerns. How did the gun feel in your hand?
It felt good.
Yeah.
It wasn't too loose. Wasn't too, it was nice.
It was nice. Yeah. So we
and I liked it how it fitted my hand.
all right. So the gun we were shooting was a full-size Glock. The folks that provided the Glock, I can't remember.
ATEi.
ATEi, I think is what it is. We'll put their logo in here. We'll put a link to these guys. They do a lot of custom work on Glocks, and this one they put a lot of custom into. But it was a full-size Glock 17. We had, since we're in free America, we can have 17-round magazines, and it's not an issue and a concern, which was cool. And I think we were shooting ammo provided. I believe it was provided by the Gun Food, our good buddy Patrick from thegunfood.com. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Full-size Glock. We did end up holding, there was a little bit of limp wristing. And limp wristing is when you don't have a
Good grip.
Yeah, you don't have a good grip on a solid wrist, and when the gun recoils, there's issues with the gun with the next round getting into the chamber. So we had a little bit of that, and wasn't sure if it was the gun or if it was limp wristing. You did end up holding a different gun. I think it was I want to say it was a Smith & Wesson Shield, and that was
too small.
it was too small, right? It was too small, which is fine. And but you like the Glock. Glocks are great guns to go with. Glocks are really good because they will take a beating. You can shoot the snot out of them and not have any issues or any problems, which is really cool. So what's going to be the next thing you do?
I'm gonna probably go back to the gun range a few times. And then, proceed with taking my class to get my certificate and everything else. And then I'm gonna check out a few guns I would like to purchase.
Nice.
And go for it.
And make a purchase. Very cool. I'm so proud of you. We're going to put a picture of your target in here. Out of the 20 shots you fired onto the target, the way they score them is by wherever there's a break in the target. If it breaks the number, it goes to the higher number. And are you ready for this? So you have shooting at the target. You had 3 9s, and the rest of them were 10s. So I'm a band teacher. I'm not a math teacher. So are you good at math? Please say yes.
Wait, so
so we're looking at 20 shots out of 10 rounds. 20 shots at targets worth 10s, right? The highest score is a 10, so that's what, 200 points? Out of 200 points, you scored 197. That's pretty awesome.
3 points off.
3 points off. There were 3 9s that you got. And other than that, that was great shooting. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm coming back next year, and I hope I'm going to see you. And you're going to be like nailing everything with your own gun. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be way cool. All right, so the next thing. We just went through this. You're gonna take another class. You can get more practice. Here's what I think is cool in free America, not where I live. Where I live, we have sportsmen's clubs where you can go shooting. There's only a few places where you can go and rent guns. Most of the places you have to have your own gun and you have to be a member of. So when I hear people say, "Oh yeah, we're just going to go to the range and we're going to get some practice," I'm like, I don't really know what that's like. They're like, "Oh, we pay a range fee." I'm like, I don't know what a range fee. It's a membership fee. You pay the membership and you can go whenever you want. I'm so stoked for you. This is awesome. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking all the time. I'm glad that I get to do the shooting with you. I think that made you a little bit more comfortable instead of being with, one crazy white guy and then with another crazy white guy. So there was some consistency. And Deeandra, I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to tell people?
Try it out. Great experience. Some people may be nervous like me, but overall, it's a nice thing to do. And I mean, why not try to protect yourself when you have the time? Don't wait too long. But overall, I had a great experience.
Awesome. And I'm impressed that you were ready to walk out of the store and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this. And Tanisha really got you to stick around and stay.
Yeah, I got a t-shirt.
Okay, so we had to bribe her. Tanisha set her up with one of Rick's Legally Armed Detroit shirts. So that's what she got. So she got to shoot 25 rounds for free. She got a free t-shirt, and she got to be on some crazy guy's YouTube channel. It's not so bad. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, it is Charlie here. I have a couple of ladies from the Rick Ector event. We have Tacaira and her mother, Keisha. Yep. She's in the back. All right, and these ladies, Keisha has done some shooting before. This is not her first time at Rick's event, but this is the first time
at this event.
I was going to say Tacaira?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm like, no, it's not. I know there's Kyra. Who cares? This is your first time, so you're here. Are you nervous? Are you scared?
I'm a little nervous.
A little nervous. What are you nervous about?
Well, when I go on like social media and stuff, I always see a lot of gun violence, so I'm a little scared about that.
Oh, buckle up. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
What is it with people not buckling up here in Michigan? You guys obviously don't live in occupied territory. Sorry.
I'm a little nervous about that. A lot of stuff I see on social media.
Yeah?
I don't really like holding it, but I'll be okay, I think, once I get in there.
I think you're going to be fine. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And you know, Tanisha did a great safety briefing with you ladies.
Yeah.
And shooting's a lot of good, clean fun.
Yeah.
So the thing, so the difference between the stories that you hear in the media and what you're doing today is the stories you hear in the media are often people that don't have licenses or permits, or maybe they don't have a firearm legally, and they're not target shooting. They're not committing crimes and mass murders and whatnot. And that's not what you're going to be doing. You're just going to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
Like the gun doesn't know. This is the thing. The gun doesn't know who's a good guy and who's a bad guy.
Right.
You press the trigger and the gun does what it's supposed to do. It goes bang. The bullet comes out. The slide comes back. The shell case pops out. The bullet goes forward. All the gun does is fire. It doesn't determine whether it's a good guy or a bad guy. It just shoots.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, the guns that we're using are all semi-autos. Semi-autos aren't more dangerous or less dangerous. The media does like to tell us that semi-autos are bad. And I can't use a serious voice when I say those sorts of things because I think it's a bunch of baloney. But semi-autos are just firearms. It's a type of action. on the firearm. It's how the gun fires, loads, fires, and unloads. And that's all there is to it. The guns that we're using, some of them are Smith & Wesson M&Ps, some are Smith & Wesson Shields, and there are some Glock 17. So it's going to be easy.
Okay.
It's going to be fun. And you've never gone target shooting before?
No.
No?
Never.
Shoot bow and arrows?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
What do you do for fun as a teenage girl in Detroit?
I like reading.
Okay.
A lot. I do reading.
Reading's good.
I mostly work. I work all the time.
Yeah.
So,
As an old guy, that never ends. So, ease your way into it.
yeah, I mostly just work.
Mostly just work.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you do for work?
I work at a fast food place.
Nice. This is what teenagers do. You know what the purpose of having a job at a fast food restaurant is?
What?
To realize that you don't want to work at a fast food restaurant?
I don't. It's not bad. The employees there, they're good, but working in general is just, it's not for me.
Working in fast food restaurants suck and don't pay a lot of money because that's not what you're supposed to do as an adult.
Yeah.
It's what you do as a teenager, and you say, you know what, these jobs suck, I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I worked at McDonald's from 15 to 20, when I was 15 to 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked then, it still sucks now.
Yeah.
But that's what I like now is when I go to work, I don't have to come home smelling like fries.
Right. I smell like chicken.
There you go. Do you work at the God's Chicken?
No, I work at Captain J's.
Okay. Plug for Captain J's. Captain J's.
So I come home smelling like chicken and sweat and food.
It could be worse. Could be worse. All right. So Keisha, you've gone shooting before. What? How many times have you been to this event?
This is my second year attending this event.
Your
Last
second
year
year.
was my mother and my daughter that's with me today.
Wait, are you the
other
lady?
daughter.
Are you the lady that brought her mother and other daughter?
Yes, my mother is here and two of my other daughters plus Tacaira.
Okay, because I know Rick's talked about you before. He said we had one lady that came, and then she came with her daughters, and then the next year she came with her daughters and her mother. I'm like, dude, if there are 4 generations shooting, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
That would be
enjoy it,
really
though.
cool.
We really do, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So have you taken the process, the steps to get your concealed carry permit here in
Yes,
Michigan?
sir.
You
I've
did?
had it for quite some time now.
Awesome. And did you do it because of Rick's event?
No, I had it before Rick's event,
You had it
but
before.
it's always nice to be refreshed on different things, and I just really enjoy spending time with my family as well. So we make it
Oh my God. It's, yeah, oh my gosh, you're bringing all the girls?
Yes, this is her first time, and my main concern, well, not my main concern, my main reason is for gun safety. I want them to be comfortable in holding a gun and knowing what they should and shouldn't do. So that's my main reasons all the time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, all right, I'm going to be super gun geeky here.
Sure.
What do you have? What do you carry?
I don't know the name of my gun.
Oh,
I know that's
get
horrible.
out. I'm stopping the car.
I have a little gun.
Have a little gun.
Because that's what I'm comfortable with carrying,
Okay.
and I know I can handle it. Because I see a lot of people carry these really big guns, and the names are fancy, but they don't want to carry it because it's so heavy, and they feel like, oh, I'll just leave it at home. Well, I carry mine for safety. I want to be able to know how to pull it. I want to be able to be comfortable with it. So whatever the name of it is, I'll let you know later.
All right, we'll check it out. I hate to tell you this, girl, but guns are like potato chips. You can't have just one.
True.
So you get the one that you learn how to shoot on, which might be a little bigger and a little easier to shoot, and then you get a smaller one to carry, and then, you know, and then all of a sudden you, I hate to sound like the media, and I'm going to use my funny voice here. You have a cache of weapons. You know, and you know how many guns you need to have? Just one more.
Just one more. This is never ending. It's like a parachute.
Yes, it is just like a pair of shoes.
I think that's what you're getting at.
That's totally what I'm getting at. You just need one more gun. That's it. One more gun. That's all you need. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so all right, so you got a gun, you carry it. Awesome.
Yes.
Very cool. You're not sure what it is. A little slacking, but that's okay. You got to learn what it is. I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm one of those guys, like, when I was into it, I'm like, oh, I got some Glock or whatever, Smith & Wesson. But then after you get into it for a while, you're like...
And I really am into it. I can't remember.
All right, I know the cameras are nervous.
Yeah,
all right, the cameras make us nervous. Let's go with that. That's cool. All right, very cool. Well, we are almost back to the range. You're going to shoot for the first time. You're going to do some shooting as well. I want to get pictures of you ladies with your targets. I don't know. I think I'm going to interview somebody else while you guys are shooting. That's kind of what the game plan is. So get some pictures with your targets, and we're going to put those in the video.
Okay.
All right?
This is fun.
And we'll be back. All right, we are back with Tacaira and Keisha, and the ladies went shooting. Did you hurt yourself?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. We've got some after action report here. We got some pictures of the ladies with their targets, which we're going to include right here, so you get to see how their targets are. How was it?
It was nice.
Yeah?
It's not really my cup of tea. I didn't really like shooting it. I think I closed my eyes a couple of times too.
Yeah, you said you have 2 dominant eyes, and both of them are closed. That's
I mean, I shot with like one of my eyes closed, but then like as like I pulled the trigger, like both of my eyes shut.
Sure. Yeah, I say, and ideally people shoot with both eyes open. Some people shoot with one eye closed, and some people shoot with both eyes closed. But yeah, you want to focus with one eye can look down from the front sight to the rear sight, or look at the dot, whether it's a green dot or a red dot. Only one eye can look at the dot through the sights. So cool.
It was nice. I liked it.
Any hot brass? Get hit in the head, hit in the arm?
I mean, I feel like the shells touched me a little bit.
But they bounced off and it wasn't a big deal?
No.
I really like Tanish's explanation of fried bacon, or bacon grease. That was really good. Not your cup of tea, but your target was great. Were you nervous about the recoil or the bang?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was jumpy very much.
Very much.
I didn't like it.
No? But did you get through it? Like sometimes when people shoot, they hear the bang, they're like, "Ruh," they freak out a little bit, and then they kind of get used to it. You didn't get used to it?
No.
Okay. Well, what I would say, we know that your mom doesn't know what kind of gun she has, but if you wanted to try it again, I would probably start with a smaller caliber bullet. Start with something like a 22, and there's not a lot of recoil and not a lot of bang with it. And then there's less of that you have to worry about. But but you know, shooting's not for everybody, and that is okay. It's not for everyone. If it's not for you, it's not a big deal.
It definitely wasn't for me.
Wasn't for you? Okay, that's all right. All right. And Mom, how did you shoot, Keisha?
Oh, and I just wanted to say that I have a 380 Ruger.
A 380. Very good.
380 Ruger. So no, I had a great time.
Nice.
My instructor was fantastic, which I always get really good instructors.
Yeah.
So even though I think I know what I'm doing, it helps to really like have somebody to correct certain things to remind me. So yeah, I had a good time. I always do.
Yeah, shooting is always a good time.
Yes.
So the more I'm going to put a plug in for shooting on a regular basis as we pull a U-turn right here in the intersection. Shooting on a regular basis is good because then you can kind of pick up and build on the skills that you have.
Yeah.
And it gets easier and it gets more fun and very cool.
I think I would want to do it again.
Oh, good. I think you should. See, so I would go back. So I'm glad to hear that. So this is what I'm going to say. Like I said, if you go back another time, shoots 22s that have a smaller bang, have less recoil. You don't have to worry about that at all. Shooting a 22 is going to have almost no recoil, and it's going to be easier to take, and then you'll. Oh yeah, thank you. We're almost done, and she finally puts the sheet. How come? I want to know this. How come it didn't? How come it didn't go off? Can she be that light that the seat didn't recognize somebody was sitting in it? Yeah, start with the 22, and it's easier to recoil, easier to manage. I am one of these guys that thinks that 22. I say 22 is a gateway drug. Because once you start shooting 22s, and you're like, oh my god, this is awesome, this is cool, and then you start shooting shooting cartridges and bullets that are a little bit bigger. But I like that Rick does this event with 9s because 9s are it's a standard round, and there's a lot of choices for different guns that are 9mm, and yeah, That's good, clean fun. So shoot a 22 next time. Less recoil, less bang.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then after you shoot the 22 for a while, you'd be like, all right, we need something bigger. We need a bigger bang. Definitely. Definitely.
And I just want to say that we will be having another family event coming to Recoil Firearms, just to say thank you as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And it'll be more of us, definitely.
Very cool. They have blocked off the range for the whole weekend for Rick's event. So that's very good for Recoil. It's a really nice range.
It is. And I like the people there. They're very friendly.
Well, I'll tell you this, as one of the people, we came from all over the country to do this.
Wow.
Yeah, we had I came from Massachusetts, some friends came from Ohio, Illinois, Georgia. So we had a guy yesterday that was with us. He's at the other range today. He came here from California. There were some other ladies from Illinois. We came from all over the country to do this.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I dig it. I dig it. So I get to see people that are gun owners, and as I said before, all the gun owners are great people. So I love it. I can't wait to see you guys next year. Next year, you're gonna have another gun, and you're gonna know what it is.
I'm gonna know.
And you're not gonna have to do any research.
That's right.
Did you call home to find out?
No, I text my husband. Since he's the one that bought it.
Nice.
He buys the ammunition and everything, so.
Very cool. Yeah, so I'm hoping you have another gun, and I hope that you've gone shooting a few more times. You're not old enough to have a gun yet, but you probably can have a rifle or shotgun. All right.
No.
So, ladies, thank you very much for being on the show. Don't go so fast; it makes me look like a creep. Thank you guys for watching the show. We hope you enjoy these videos with the new shooters, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, in this segment, we are talking to Cassandra. Cassandra has never shot before, and she's shooting for the first time here at Rick Ector's event at the Recoil Range in Taylor, Michigan. Cassandra, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you dress like a woman that's got a lot of personality.
All right, thank you. Yes, a hot red. There you go.
I know, hot red, wild hair. I love it. I love it. All right, so you're at Rick's event. You haven't shot before. How come you haven't shot before? Come on, girl.
Well, first of all, I came up in a household with sisters, no brothers, no uncles, no dads. So, and my mom just did not like guns whatsoever. So that's the way I carried my life with my family. When I started raising kids, I didn't allow my sons to play with toy guns. I never bought a gun. And so I know guns is really needed for protection. Not just guns, but I need some protection because I'm a single parent by myself now.
Yeah.
Well, my kids is all grown and moved out, but I'm home alone. And with all the crime that's happening today, it scares me every time I look at the news.
Yeah. Now, do you live here in Detroit metro area?
I stay in Taylor, yes.
Okay. Very cool. So you're like nice and local. Did your boys eventually get into shooting or not?
Yes, my son.
They did.
I was just talking to him, and he said, as a matter of fact, Recoil is where he purchased his first gun.
Nice. Let's hear it for Recoil. Very cool. Do you know what he bought? Not that you should know.
I don't, but he brought it over and showed it to me, and I was like, okay. Looks good, looks pretty, okay. Don't point it.
Don't point it at anybody.
He's showing me every which way that he can handle it, and all the safety procedures. I'm like, okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, just put it away, put it back in the case.
That's cool.
But now I want my own.
Good. Are you concerned about doing any shooting? Nervous of the recoil, the hot spit brass?
I trust you guys, and no, I'm not. I'm ready.
All right.
Yes.
Very cool. So in Michigan, do you have to have, I can't remember, do you have to have a permit to purchase things in Michigan? Or is it just to carry? I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
Okay.
Never really inquired.
All right.
Well, I did take an online class years ago, but it didn't go any further than that.
Gotcha.
Just a certificate.
So do you think after this, you're going to continue and pursue getting your Michigan CPO?
Yes, I do.
Very cool. How many friends are you with today?
How many friends? kids.
Yeah.
I came by myself.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
Determination, yes.
Ah. Now, you should have brought some friends with you.
Really? Why?
One, because it's more fun when you're with your friends.
Okay.
That's a simple one.
Okay.
And then you get you get your friends, your girlfriends into this, and they'll want to go shooting with you too.
Yeah.
And then you build that into your group of people.
Now, however, I do have a sister, and her husband and her daughter and some friends of hers. They go out to the shooting range, and we said we're gonna make a date of that. Me,
Cool.
her, and my other sister.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she ever shot before, but she owns.
Nice. I was I didn't grow up hunting or shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't get into it until I was 30, and which was recently. Not really. But I got into it to be able to protect my kids,
Okay.
and I was the first one in my neighborhood that got into this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was sort of one of those things where I'm like, hey guys, you guys want to get together on Sunday afternoon? They're like, yeah, we're gonna go watch football and drink beers. I'm like, no, we're gonna go shoot guns. They're like, I don't know if my wife will appreciate that. I'm like, yeah, don't tell her, it'll be fine.
Sorry
It'll
about
be
that.
okay.
My
Oh,
phone.
that's all right. That's for you.
Okay, but I'm not gonna answer. This is more important. All right, let's keep going.
So so I was the first one to do this, and then I took a couple of the neighborhood guys out, and they ended up getting interested and getting their licenses as well. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. So you got to bring your friends down and get them into this as well. Awesome! I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
Shooting is a lot of fun. It doesn't matter if it's. I've had plenty of times where I've. What's the old saying? A bad day at the range is. No, a bad day at the range is better than a good day at work.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sort of a thing. So shooting's just a lot of fun.
Okay, can I ask you?
Ask
can I
me.
interview you?
Oh my gosh!
Have you had that before?
I've had a couple people ask me questions, and then
I'm not going to go too far. With
that's
questions.
okay. I am my favorite topic, and I am an expert on me.
Okay, good.
I am single too.
I need that. Okay, all right. And you're handsome.
Oh.
Alrighty, let's go. So, what makes shooting so fun to you?
All of it. Like, it's the first time I went shooting, I shot a Smith & Wesson model 617.
Okay.
And it's a 22 caliber 10-shot revolver.
Okay.
And the first few shots I fired, I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever. Like,
oh really? What did you aim at?
We were just shooting at targets. That's all. We were just shooting at a close target. It was in Massachusetts, you have to take a class in order to get a license before you can purchase anything.
Okay.
And I took you don't have to do a live firing class. And I already had a gun license. I took a non-live firing class to get my license.
Okay.
And I didn't purchase anything. And then I took a live fire class. And I remember shooting, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing. Do other people know about this? Like, I felt like I was in some sort of a club. And then I said to myself, you know what? I could quit drinking to do this. I mean, not for forever, but for a little while, just to put some money into it, because it is. I will say this: it is a pretty expensive hobby.
Okay.
You know, I figured out in Massachusetts, people spend $800 to $1,000 when they go. No. When they go from hey, I think I want to buy a gun, to having a gun with all the safety gear, all the ammunition at a shooting range that they belong to with their own gun. So by the time they've done everything, they've paid for a class, they paid for the license, they bought a gun, safety gear, ammo, cleaning kit, and joined a shooting range. It's honestly, it's easy, $800 to $1,000. Okay. So it is, and then you buy a new gun, and that's new. New ammunition and maybe some new gear. So it does end up being an expensive hobby. Guns are like potato chips. You can't have just one.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, you can't. You can't have just one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you buy one, you're like, oh, I like that one. See, this one's for this, and this one's for when I do when I do this sort of shooting. But this one's for carrying. I got something a little smaller for carrying, but then I got a gun that's for competitive shooting. So you end up with a bunch of guns, and it's just, it's a lot of fun. It's a feeling. It is an empowering feeling, and it's just good, clean fun. And it's good, clean fun. And I've taken my kids out before I became an instructor. I take my kids shooting, and they were 4 and 5 years old the first time I took them out.
I was going to ask you that next.
Yeah. I also I make videos playing the trumpet with one hand and shooting a gun with the other.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get on your website and check it out.
Yes, you do. And what I started to do when I started making, I call them gungram videos. And when I started making the gungrams, what did I do? I started doing Christmas songs with the kids. So I would figure out a Christmas song, I'd play it on the trumpet, I'd figure out who's going to shoot, when they're going to shoot, if they need magazine changes and stuff like that. And then I'd practice this with my kids, and then we go out and film this, and I'd make this gungram. I call it the Cook Family Christmas Gungram. And every year we pick a different song, and I make the video, I edit it, I put it on YouTube, and send it to everybody as a Christmas gift instead of sending Christmas cards, right?
And they enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So for me, it's a lot of family fun.
Yes.
You know, taking the kids out. When my kids turned 15, they got their FID cards. When my son turned 12, I bought him a 20-gauge shotgun. He's like, I don't want a shotgun. I'm like, you want a rifle? I don't want a rifle. He's too young for a handgun.
At 12 years old?
At 12, yeah. It was mostly one of these things it was really for me.
Okay.
For me to say I bought my son a gun when he was 12. But he couldn't take possession of it until he got an FID card at 15.
Yeah.
A firearms identification card. And I am a bad dad because I did not do this for my daughter.
What makes you a bad dad? Maybe she wanted to be a princess.
She did want to be a princess. But I got a gun for her at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, did you really?
I did. So everything was, well, we got 14 days to flatten the curve. We need to go get a shotgun in case somebody comes in. So I got a shotgun for her. So, yeah, it's a lot of good, clean fun. You're going to have a great time today. The people that I've met, I've been doing my show for 5 years. The people I've met in the gun community are really some of the nicest people. And, you know, we're polar opposites. If you saw me at a shooting range someplace and said, hey, listen, tell me about your gun, can I shoot it? Yeah, of course. Here's a little, here's how you shoot, here's the fundamentals. Take my gun and shoot it, and I'll use my ammo. I don't care. I want to get more people into the shooting sports. Yeah. One of the things for me that started happening after becoming a gun guy is getting into fighting for gun rights, becoming a bit of an activist. Okay. And I've had the opportunity to travel around the country to interview people for my show. But I've had the opportunity to speak at a bunch of events around the country as well. Okay. So, and be on radio shows and a couple TV shows and podcasts and all sorts of stuff. So. Wonderful. Yeah. I love this. There was a lady today that came up to me. She's one of the instructors, and she's like, "Oh, hey, you're Charlie from Riding Shotgun with Charlie." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." She's like, "Yeah, I came here from Chicago. I listened to your show all the way up here." Wow. And as she was telling me this, my daughter was walking away from me, and I'm like, "Girl, you need to hear this. Your father is cool."
They're tired of hearing it. That's what it is. The kids be tired of hearing all the goodness in us.
Anyway, I am going to drop you off. You are going to go shooting, and you're going to come back out, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this when you come back. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a great plan.
All right, we are back with Cassandra, and she is going to tell us how it went. How did it go?
It was a great experience. I've never shot a gun before, so I did get a little sweaty in the palms and a bit, but I really did like the experience.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you know what kind of gun you shot? Did you shoot the Glock or the Smith & Wessons?
I believe he said it was a Smith & Wesson.
The Smith & Wesson. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. How was the recoil? Was it more? Was it less? Did it freak you out? The bang?
No. Well, some of the bang that was next to me, but not my bang.
Right. Yeah,
I had an expected bang, so that didn't freak me out.
Right, because when other people are shooting, you don't know when they're shooting, but when you're shooting, you know when the bang is coming, for sure.
So, yeah.
I had a couple ladies yesterday who were really super jumpy because they hear the gunshot and they're not expecting it.
Yes.
And so there was the little shaking up.
I got a little jumpy at times, so I think that's when I got a little sweaty in my hands. Yeah. It was okay. I kind of prepared myself for the next one, if you could say that. Even though I didn't know when it would come, but I was kind of prepared to know something was going to happen.
Yeah, you eventually get to the point where you don't even notice it. You know, I mean, it's the line from the Blues Brothers. How often does the train go by? So often you don't even notice.
Exactly.
You know? So that's cool. That is awesome. Any brass end up in weird places?
Yeah,
hot
of
brass?
course. Maybe once, maybe twice, or 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I handled it well.
Yep.
I jumped back and I put down the weapon and I cleared it away. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always tell ladies, I said, look, as much as I appreciate it, you need to wear a high collar shirt.
Yeah, I realized that.
Yeah.
And I thought about that as they were telling us before I went into the range.
Sure.
I looked at my outfit and I said, this is so inappropriate for this.
It's so
I will
not appropriate
remember
for the
next
range,
time
right?
I'll wear some clothes and
You gotta
shoes.
buckle up. Oh, what is it with the people in Michigan that don't buckle up?
I do.
Do you have to buckle up?
I do always buckle up. I'm so sorry.
I have 2 incidences where you don't buckle up.
Okay. Tell me.
Well, now
An accident?
and the other time.
Yeah. No.
The 2 times you've been in the car with me.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Michigan, but I normally buckles up. I'm serious.
That's all right, man. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Yeah. So a couple of hot pieces of brass.
Yeah.
Bang was a little overwhelming. Was the bang too much? Was the recoil too much?
No, it wasn't. No.
Okay, good.
No.
Because I talked to one of the other ladies, and she was a young gal that was shooting for the first time, and she said it wasn't really for her. She didn't really dig it.
Oh.
But then by the time we finished talking, she said she might be interested in doing it again.
Yeah.
And I said, so if you're going to do it again, and the recoil and the bang was an issue, then you get a gun that's a smaller caliber, and that would be the way to go. So there's less recoil, there's less bang, and shooting a 22 doesn't have a lot of recoil, doesn't have a lot of bang, and it's still a good time. And like I said, guns are like potato chips. You can't have just one. So you get yourself a 22, and then you get yourself a 9, and then you get yourself a 38 revolver.
Okay.
Did I tell you how many guns you should have?
No, but tell me.
Just one more.
Just one more.
Just one more.
Well, I haven't even got my first one.
Well, there you go. There's your one more. And then after you have that one, you're like, you know what? I think I need one more gun.
Okay.
And you're like, you know what?
So it's just one more story. Yeah, I
it's
get
the
it.
never-ending story.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Just like shoes and purses.
There we go.
See?
There we go.
Cool. So, what's the next step going to be for you?
Well,
where I live in Massachusetts, we have sportsmen's clubs.
Okay.
And there are only a small handful of ranges where you can rent guns. Okay. And in Massachusetts, you can't have a gun without a license.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what it is here in Michigan. You might be able to buy guns without having a license, but if you want to carry, then you have to have a permit for that. So I think that's what it might be. I'm not 100% sure, but in Massachusetts, you have to have a permit. You have to have a gun license in order to buy any kind of firearm or ammunition, and then you go to a sportsman's club and you can shoot there. So when there's places like the recoil range where the event was at today, we don't really have ranges where you can go rent guns or go pay a range fee, $20 an hour to use the shooting
in Massachusetts.
Range. Yeah, we don't have anything.
Wow. Okay.
As it's not a rule, but generally we don't have those. So here in free America, you just come down and say, listen, you know what? I want to go shooting on a Saturday afternoon. You got nothing to do. You got the day off. You want to go turn some money into hot brass? You can go do that, but not so much in Massachusetts. So, so are you going to come shooting again? Or are you going to get your license?
I am. I'm going to start get my practice on a little bit more.
Nice.
And then, I want to become licensed.
Excellent. Ongoing education is super important. Yeah. I talk to plenty of people that are gun owners, new gun owners, that think that, well I'm just gonna, carry a gun around and people aren't gonna bother me, and that's not necessarily the case. You hope that they don't bother you, but people that carry guns usually pay more attention to their surroundings, so they don't get in situations where they might have to use the gun. So hopefully you'll make a purchase, and
that's my mindset.
Next year when I come back, maybe we'll have another little follow-up and see what you purchased and what you're carrying and how you're carrying it, and see how you're doing next year.
Sounds great.
All right, very cool. What else any other closing thoughts?
Other than I really enjoyed this time that I spent with you guys, and it was a great experience for me.
Cool.
First, and it won't be the last.
I love it.
I intend on coming back again, and I'm going to continue my practice, and that's where I'm going to go to recoil.
Excellent.
Yep.
Easy. All right, listen, as we're sitting here at a stoplight, check out the check out the Second Amendment Foundation at saf.org. Check out the the Citizens Committee for this. I got to remember this, I can't do it while I'm driving. Check out the CCRBKA, the Committee for the Citizens' Right to Keep and Bear Arms. Check out all of your favorite pro-freedom podcasts at Self Defense Radio Network, which is sdrn.us. And we're going to be...
Seatbelt.
Hey now. I got to be careful on stopping short. Check out sdrn.us, all your favorite pro-freedom podcasts. Cassandra, thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh,
this was awesome.
Yes, I love it.
I want to thank Tanisha for gathering up women to be on the show, because it felt weird for me to go in and say, who hasn't shot a gun before? Raise your hand. And then Charlie, pick out your women. I'm like, that doesn't feel good. Like that's not a good thing for me.
And if I probably won't see Tanisha again because I got to get back to my post. But tell her the red shirt and the curly red hair said thank you so much.
I absolutely will. I absolutely will.
She's great. She is.
So thanks to Tanisha for organizing this. Thanks for Rick Ector. Actually, maybe it's the other way around. Thanks to Tanisha and to Rick Ector.
Yes.
We hope you guys enjoyed this little series of videos and little interviews, and we shall talk to you next time. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you so much.